Alright, so I'm looking at this here. I don't think that it's 100% symmetrical. You could see by the lower lid here and lower lid there, it's not 100% the same. And I think this happened because there was a point where I forgot to turn on the symmetry as I was sculpting. But an easy way to fix this is if we just go to our object mode, hit the tab key. Let's go to the front view, Shift Z. And we could go ahead and delete half of the faces that we don't want. So just make sure you're doing like up to the middle of the grid here. And we could go ahead and delete the faces. Alright, and then go back to object mode, Shift Z. And if you go to the move tool, it should be right in the middle of the grid. So to double, make sure that it's the way it is, set origin to 3D cursor, so that will set it in the middle of the grid there. And let's go to add modifier and add a mirror. Alright, so now you can see everything is exactly the same. The front view, eyes, left and the right is the same. And we can go ahead and apply this to make it permanent. And we go back to our sculpt mode. Alright, and I think that the chin here and the jaw is slightly too thin. So I'm gonna go back to my draw brush here. Bring down the bring up the intensity a little bit, and actually I'm gonna bring it down some more, and I'm just gonna go ahead and subtly just add some volume here, and also add some volume in here. I'm gonna use the clay strip brush to add some of the chin details there, and I'm gonna go ahead and make this slightly larger here around this area. Right, so we got more volume on the face. Smooth it as usual. Okay, and looking from the top and from here, look in this view. I think from here I could kind of move this forward like so. Give him a little more cheeks, and gonna move this back. And I'm gonna go to the side here. I think I need to pull the lips forward. Yeah, I definitely need to have this move forward slightly. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my grab brush and just crank up the intensity up, and then just move it like this. All right, and yeah, some more like that. More of that shape. All right, and looking at this view, going around. Okay, so I think it's better. I think I'm good. Gonna pull this forward. That. Yep, something like that would be better. And I think for the chin, we could definitely add a little bit more protrusion in this area. I'm gonna go to my clay strip brush and further work on the lips. Give it more of that kissable feel to it. So, and push this in, smooth it. And I think for the ears, it definitely needs some work. I'm gonna go ahead and make this stick out some more, and then push this in. That. Then kind of make it rounder like this. Rounder. And kind of make it kind of go back like this. And kind of pull this way. There you go. And looking on the side, okay, I think from the side you could see that the nose definitely at the bottom here, it's sticking out too much at the bottom. So I'm gonna go use my grab brush to kind of pull this up. Pull this up slightly. And gonna move this down. And gonna have this poke out a bit more. Like that. And I'm kind of looking at the brow here. I think I could slightly move it down. I think it's lifted up too much. I could kind of down like that. All right. And looking from this view, see here. See what more we could modify. So for this one, I think we could go ahead and set it to matte cap. Gonna go ahead and just gonna scrape this and smooth it. I'm gonna crank up my smoothing here and just gonna smooth this area out. When you are kind of changing the lighting condition, I suggest that you find a photo that kind of looks similar to that particular lighting condition that you have. So yeah, and in my case here, the lighting condition that I have right now, so I set it to matte cap once again, and I set it to this material right here. And doing that there, I could see that that type of lighting there kind of match up what I have here. You can see that there's some darkness here, and then we got some brightness, some lightness around this area. You see the shadow, and yeah, it matches the shape. It definitely matches the lighting condition that we have. So that will kind of better determine what more we could do to fix the face here. Just you can see more the structure of the face. And I think we're kind of getting there. Probably could slightly move the lips up. So I'm gonna go ahead and mask out. I'm gonna mask out this area. Oop. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of remesh this. Make sure you remesh this first, because remember we added a mirror modifier, deleted half of the polygons and mirror modifier. So if you want to smooth it out without causing a seam in the middle, make sure you remesh it. Okay, now I could go back to masking and yeah, mask this out. That. Okay, Control I. I'm gonna go to my move here, turn off my symmetry, and just gonna slowly lift this up. Let's see here. Alright, maybe looking at this view, I could maybe slightly move it down slightly. Move it down slightly. It's a little lag going on right now. I'm actually gonna go ahead and okay, so now everything's smooth. My computer was probably just kind of thinking, but yeah, I could kind of move it again. Okay, something like that. Alt M. Okay, so I think that's better. And we could probably better see it once we add the mustache and the beard here. We could further work on his face. Uh-oh, we're gonna do that. Accidentally moved it. So make sure you're not accidentally moving it. Alright, and just take a look at his nose. I could go to my sculpt mode here. And make sure you turn on symmetry, don't forget. Go ahead and smooth this out. Make this part slightly narrower. That. There you go. And smooth it. Okay, and move that out. So I think for this one, I think could kind of lift it up slightly. All right, now I want to look on his quarter view. So I want you guys to take a look at the inner corner of the eyes. You might want to push it in a little bit more depending on the character. So some characters, some people, their inner corner is pushed in more than others. I think this is right here for Michael B. Jordan. I'm gonna push this in, move it out. Push this in right here. Go and add a little volume there. Kind of indicate the bony landmarks. And a bit more of the indication of the brow region right there. And smooth this out. Go. Alright, so I think at this point I do want to add the neck area. I think adding the neck area will allow us to see more what we need to fix for the overall shape of the face. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the neck. I'm gonna go back to my studio. I think it's easier to see the overall surface of our character here. And I'm gonna go ahead and mask out this particular area where I'm going to be pulling out the neck. Yeah, make sure you have symmetry turned on. Control I to invert it. Alright, and I'm gonna go over here to the move, turn off the symmetry, and I'm gonna go to sculpt, set pivot to mask border. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just move it down. And go to side view. I'm gonna go to my grab brush and just gonna turn on symmetry, don't forget. And just gonna make this slightly wider here. Alt M. Yeah, and going to add some more volume here using the draw brush. I'm gonna crank up my smoothing all the way up and smooth it. Grab brush. And go and smooth it here. Add some definition here. So kind of make the Adam apple show up. Push this in, smooth it. I'm gonna go to my grab brush and pull this out for the Adam's apple, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of move this back this here. All right, just so we got something going. See. All right, so his neck is not that thick. I would say it's average size. I'm gonna take a look here. I think let's see. I think the chin might be a bit too small, so I'm gonna widen it slightly and kind of give a little more bulk around this area here and smooth it. There you go. More of that bulk. Alright, great. And looking in this view, okay, so I think for the head, it's possible that this could be slightly larger on this area. I'm gonna go ahead and use my grab brush, pull this up. Alright, once we add the hair, we're going to see more of the shape. And it's a little funny from the side, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of move that down like this way, make it slopey, and pull this up, that, and go, something like this. And I'm gonna go with my clay strip, smooth it. Add some more volume here and smooth it. Alright, so we got a little neck to work with, and I think just by looking at the neck here, we could even see better what we need to fix. I'm gonna go use my grab brush and just gonna pull this part of the ear, the flap of the ear, back, so you could show a little bit more, and kind of further indicate the beginning of the ear there. And looking from this side, see what more we could do. So for this, I think I'm going to, this part's a little too bony, so I'm going to go use my clay strip brush to add a little clay there and smooth it, kind of smooth it up a bit. Show a bit more of his temporal line. Looking from this view, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try to take a look from here. Alright, so I think I know what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more clay there. I'm gonna go to my draw brush, gonna push this in, smooth it out, get more details there. I'm gonna bring down my smoothing as I'm slowly adding more of the details on the eye area. Here, go. So trying to really get that shape down. He has this depth on his eyes. I'm gonna go to my draw, push this in, and smooth it. Okay. And use clay fruit brush to just soften that depth. All right. Okay. I think in the next video we could probably make more. Of course, so we're always gonna be adding more tweaks here as we sculpt. All right. Our days of sculpting is never over when it comes to adding more of the details. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be going back and forth, tweaking things a few here and there, but what we also need to do is we need to start to add the eyebrows, maybe paint. We're gonna have to paint the eyebrows and the hair and the beard here so we could better see how our likeness is going. That way we're gonna be able to see what else we need to tweak here. And I think just looking at this view, definitely right now the neck here, I think you could use a bit more of that volume here on the side. You can see it from the quarter view if you look at a picture of him. Easier way to determine. Quarter view is a good view to look at. Alright, yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video.